Hi guys, this is going to be a quick introduction to the basic controls in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. We're just getting shut out here. So basically it's very similar to most first person, third person shooters. So your left stick controls your kind of left and right strafing and running forward and backwards, and then your right stick controls where you're looking, like that way. Then when you want to run, just move forward and click down on the left stick. If you want to crouch, press B. If you want to lie down, hold B to get back up. Press B again, and then get back up. And then we're into the plane. Right, so we're in the plane now, going towards the island. So use your right stick just to have a look round, see where we're going. And then you press the view button, which is the left and little one, you know, above the D-pad, to bring up the map. And then using your right stick, you can move your cursor around and decide where you want to stop. You can also zoom in using the top and bottom of the D-pad, and when you're zoomed in, if you press and hold the right shoulder button, you can move around. Because what we want to do is we just want to select somewhere where we want to land, and then press in on the right stick, and that gives us a marker. That's good because it shows us where we want to aim for, because it can get a bit confusing when you're on the ground. Let's just press B to jump out. And also it means that, especially when you're playing with squad mates, you can also say where you want to go, and you can click on it, especially if nobody's talking to each other. So as we're flying down now, again, if I press the view button, that little button on the left of the D-pad, I can bring up the map and see where I'm going. Again, I can zoom in to give you an idea whether I'm going to get there on time. Now when you're in the air, what you do is the right stick controls where you're looking, and with the left stick it controls your angle of attack. So push it all the way forward and you will dive down very, very fast. Push it all the way back and you'll slow down. Okay, so our parachute is deployed, so again we can use the right stick to kind of have a look round, see if we've got enemies around us. But what you really want to be doing is getting to the ground as quick as you can, and to do that you press forward on the stick. So we've got a guy there on the left hand side just going into that house. So what we'll probably do is, for the purposes of this video, I don't want to get any firefights at this moment, so we will land here. And we're on the ground. So again, I just click in on the left stick. Now, when you're playing PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds on console, trying to get your head around the controls, just remember this originally and still is a PC game. So the games are all the controls are based around mouse clicks. So when you've got to press the button to do a click, it's a very fast click, and you'll see that when we come to opening doors and picking things up. Anyway, let's head on over and see if we can find a house. Okay, so we're approaching a house. Now to climb over a wall, again what you do is you come up to the wall and tap X, and you'll mantle over the wall. And to get into houses, tap X. Again, it's just a quick tap. Now when you pick something up, again, quick tap on X. Just put your little dot over what you want to pick up, and we can pick it up. Once we've got our weapon, we then press and hold X, and it will reload. Now if you do anything else while you're doing this, like opening any doors or jump up, it will stop the reload animation. Here we go. So now we're going to go in this house, so press X and we're in. So let's start moving around and see if we can pick anything else up. To be opening doors. Right, now here we go. So this is a good example. So I could just hold my cursor over these things and press X, or if you press the menu button, the little one above the right stick, you bring up your inventory, and you can cycle through your inventory using the shoulder button. So the pick up what's around me, what I've got on me, what I've got on my body, and my weapons. So let's go. So this is what's around me. So using the D-pad I can go up and down, and I can say, right, okay, press X to put that helmet on, pick up that submachine gun with X, pick up this 9mm ammunition. Don't want another handgun, but I'll get some 7.62. Now there's a suppressor on the ground. At this point I could just pick it up and add it to my inventory, and it would end up there. Or if I press A, I can actually fit it to my let's get to the right bit. Fit it to my handgun straight away. So press A, and you'll see that little square on the right hand side has appeared, gone a little bit lighter. Press A, and we've now got a suppressor on our gun, and that can be a really quick way of adding things onto your guns. Now what we want to do is we just want to switch to the submachine gun, press and hold X, and we will reload. Now here's a backpack. We want to pick up a backpack, and there's some 7.62. 7.62 is for things like AK-47s, and 5.06 is for things like M16s. 9mm for submachine guns, and then you get shotgun shells. So if we go in here, it's quite complicated. If we were to try and go around with X, it could take us a while. So again, we press the menu button, and we can pick up what we want. So pick up some 9mm for our pistol. And there's another submachine gun. We don't need another one. I mean, we could pick it up, I guess. But it takes 9mm. So again, we'll pick up all this 9mm. Because we've got a backpack, we can carry a lot more now. We don't need any 45. So that's good. Excuse me. Anything else around the kitchen? No. Right, that's a front door because it's got a letterbox. Anything in here? Oh. Anything in here? Alright, we've got a shotgun. So again, we press X to equip the shotgun, and then we've got some bandages. Press X. Press X, and I've closed the door. Pick up the shotgun shells. I've equip a police vest. Now, a police vest gives you armour. So I'm just going to go in now. I'm going to go across to the my inventory, and you'll see that I've got bullet loops which are SG, so I can fit them to a shotgun. So if I press A, then I can add that to my shotgun. And then because the shotgun hasn't been reloaded, press and hold X. And we are in. Right, let's go upstairs. Oh, right, now we've got a better shotgun here. So, depending on which weapon I've got selected, will be the one I want to swap to. So I'll swap to my double-barreled shotgun and switch to the 1897 because it takes 5 shots. So we got more chance of killing somebody. Now, what else have we got? 9mm here, so we pick up the 9mm. We've got 12 gauge. If you ever accidentally drop a weapon or pick a weapon up, you must reload it. So we've got some more 9mm. Right, let's have a quick look in here. What have we got? More 12 gauge. An extended map for a submachine gun. Now, let me show you this again. So, if I press menu, okay, what we can do is I can go down to the extended mag and press A and just put it on my submachine gun straight away without having to worry about putting it into my inventory. There's some 12 gauge. Right, let's go upstairs. Now, at this point, to be honest, what I would tend to recommend you do is, I've got a submachine gun and I've got a pistol. So I would say drop, and I've got a shotgun. Drop your pistol, get rid of it. Because if I drop that now, what happens is when I want to swap weapons, which you do with Y, I've just got my submachine gun and I've got my shotgun. And I won't accidentally pick up, I won't accidentally choose my pistol. So let's pick up that shotgun choke, press menu, let's go to my inventory, and we can attach that to the shotgun. Woohoo! Nice and easy. So, other movement things, we've got strafing, we can jump up and down with A. Y changes weapons. Now, if we want to move faster, as we probably will in a minute because we want to go outside when we're running around and we know it's safe, let's just crouch while we come out here and have a look around. You can press and hold Y and it will put both your weapons away. Then you can only punch, like so. But that's good for breaking windows. Say you're in a house, you want to get out of the window, you want to break it. But also it means that when you run, you can run a little bit faster. And what we'll do, let's get within the circle. Now again, if we press the, is it the view button, the one above the D-pad, we can see the map. Let's zoom out a bit. And we could put a cursor down by right-clicking. So right, we want to go there. And that just helps you on your compass to figure out where you want to go. Now, while you're running, if you press and hold the right shoulder button and keep your left thumb pointing upwards where you're running, you can actually look around you while still running in the same direction. This is very, very useful indeed. See how we can look around and make sure nobody's chasing us? Okay, so we're inside the circle now. So let's talk a little bit about, have we got any... Right, okay. Okay, so let's talk about some of the other controls. Unfortunately, I haven't got any melee weapons, but if you had like a frying pan or a crowbar or a machete, if you press up on the D-pad, that would select that. If you press down on the D-pad, just tap it, it will cycle through the different types of medical stuff you've got. In this case, I've only got a bandage, so it'll only give me a bandage. And to use that bandage, you press and hold on the down, and that will use the bandage. When you're using a bandage or a medical kit, or a first aid kit, I think they're called, or a energy drink, make sure you let it go virtually all the way through the cycle so that it will apply it. What other things are there? If I had some grenades, if I press right on the D pad, just tap it, it will cycle through my different grenades and equip them, and then you just aim with the left trigger and right trigger to throw, and then the okay, so on the left part of the D-pad, you can change the fire mode of your weapon. So if I switch to my submachine gun, unfortunately it's oh sorry, here's my submachine gun. You'll see at the bottom it says single. If I press tap left, it goes to burst, and then back to single again, which is nice and good. So whenever you pick up a weapon, make sure you put, especially your submachine guns, make sure you change them to burst. So let's see what you do to actually fire weapons. We've got the circle coming in. No, so we've got enough time to just finish off this little tutorial. So as we're running around in third person view, you can see our crosshairs, and when we stop running, our crosshairs tighten up, which means we're more accurate. So this is hip firing. If you want to be more accurate, you press and hold the left trigger, and then we're aiming down sights in third person view here. So we just, again, we don't see the sights themselves, we're just aiming, and we can be more accurate that way. Now if you want to aim down sights, and this is probably the trickiest thing to get used to, what you do is you just tap the left trigger, tap it once, and then we're aiming down sights now, as you would in a traditional first person shooter. And I've taken my finger off the trigger, and I'm still aiming down sights. Tap it again, we go back to third person, tap it, we're aiming down sights. While we're aiming down sights, just like we can in Rainbow Six Siege, if you click down on the right stick, we lean to the right, click down on the left stick, we lean to the left to peek round corners, which is cool, for especially when we're lying down, we're trying to peek people. Now we then tap the trigger to come out. Now the other thing you may want to do is you may want to go into first person mode. Now to go into first person mode, just tap on the top the right bumper, and we're now in first person mode, which some people prefer. You don't get as much view, you can't see around corners and things the same way that you can in third person mode, but it can be very useful indeed to do that. Now one other thing you may want to do is change your distancing when you get more used to the game. Change your zeroing on your gun. So while we're aimed down sight, if you look in the bottom of the screen, you'll see where it says 30. If I press up on my D-pad, I'm changing the distances on my iron sights, which means that if I fire at something that's 100 meters away, if I fire at their head, it will hit them in the head if they're 100 meters away, rather than me having to look above it, which can be quite useful that way. It takes a bit of getting used to, but once you are, it's fine. Right, so really that kind of completes this basic tutorial to the basic movement skills in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. The main thing is just to use a lot of practice and just get used to that tap to look down sights. Use the third person mode to enable you to look around without people seeing you, and just practice. Oh, actually there is one final thing you should do. Go into the settings by pressing and holding the system menu, and then change your sensitivity down. But anyway, there's a guy up ahead. I need to go and try and kill him. See if I can hit him with a submachine gun from here. And I'll see you soon.